Hello, everybody, and welcome to Row 60, a Georgia football podcast. My name is Clark Gaines. Joining me today, as always, Adam Thornton.
Yes, sir, baby.
And this is show number 38. The Dawgs are now 7-0 on the football season after a 55-0 beatdown against Vandy.
Yes, sir, Clark. I love it, man. Mirrored about like what happened last year up in Nashville. Another beatdown of Vanderbilt. You beat them like you're supposed to do it. And going into the bye week, Clark, this is where it ramps up, man. This is an episode right now. We're going to have to address some things, Clark. We're going to have to address the mindset of the Georgia people and what we should be feeling like right now going into the bye week and going into the meat of the schedule, Clark. We've been talking about this slate that's coming up for, the duration of the season so far. What we have talked about in preseason, where this team is going to be defined is going to be the next 4 football games, Clark, and I can't wait because it's going to be even more exciting than what we thought. So, hey, man, let's dive right into it.
Let's do it.
Dive right into it, baby.
So the atmosphere this past Saturday, great day in Athens. I mean, it was gorgeous.
It was.
70s, mid-70s.
Yes, everything
nice
was just
sunny.
glistening.
Yeah,
it was just
good
glistening.
word, Adam.
Everything was just glistening. Everything was right and perfect with the world. I just turned to, I'd say it was probably the start of the fourth quarter, man. I said, this is living. This is what the good Lord intended for us to do, man. Because, it's that perfect time of the day in the fall where you get some crispness in the air, some crispness in the air, and it just feels good, man. And just like, this is what it's all about right here, baby. And you're getting some casting some shade, kind of the sun's tucked away in under the clouds or behind the clouds there, and it's just a good time, man. You just feel it just hits you, it gets in your veins, man, and it just feels like football, man. So when you get that weather plus being in Sanford Stadium watching the Dawgs, there's nothing better. Yeah, nothing better.
I absolutely love when Brett Whitmire? Is that right?
Brooke Whitmire.
Brooke. I always get his name confused. Brooke Whitmire. I always love when he comes over the PA system and he says, the number one Georgia Bulldogs. Baby. We remain at number one once again after beating Vandy 55-0. Just a total beatdown. But, Adam, I got to say, our fans showed up a lot more than I expected them to for this one.
Yeah, it was exciting. Everybody was having a good time. A lot of families there enjoying their day in Sanford Stadium, the excitement. Like you said, Clark, a lot of energy in the stadium. I love that. I love when we get some high energy going in Sanford Stadium because, hey, here's the deal. Sanford Stadium, boy, you only get about 6 games. 6 games a year, which equates 6 days that you get to go to Sanford Stadium out of 365. Clark.
Yeah.
So you got to take advantage of every one of them. I don't care who the opponent is, how good they are. You got to go in there and you have got to savor every single moment that you're in that stadium and get them boys fired up.
Yes.
And let them know who we are. That we're the number 1 team in the nation. Hey, I read a fun fact that I think I got the facts straight on what I'm about to proclaim here. Okay.
Tell us.
All right, you ready for it? I think Georgia, before the Kirby Smart era, was ranked 14 weeks, number 1. In 1942, 1980, and 1982. I think 14 weeks during those 3 years when Georgia was number 1 in its history in the AP poll. Yeah. Now, this is week 14 since Kirby Smart has arrived that Georgia's been ranked number 1.
Dang. That's impressive.
Over the years, yes, sir. I think I'm right on that. I'm pretty sure, Clark, that's what, if not, it's close. If not, it's close. So, hey, that's exciting, man. Just shows that we're at the mountaintop, Clark. Georgia football's at the mountaintop, man. And let me just say this. Let me say this, Clark. How I measured my whole life Georgia's success during the season, Clark, was what was the feeling going into Jacksonville, man? Yeah. It has always been that we had this bye week before Jacksonville, and then it was like it's the slate where things get serious, man. When you crank it up and you go down to Jackal Island, Amelia Island, and you get fired up, all them places, and you get fired up about some Georgia, Florida, baby. That's the defining part of the season, man. But when you go in there undefeated, Clark, when you go to Jacksonville undefeated and everything is still out in front of you, man. The season, all your goals are still out in front of you and Florida's in your way. There is nothing that gets that adrenaline just pumping, baby. Pumping more than that, Clark. And hey, there's not many times that you get to have that, man. But here in the Kirby Smart area, we've enjoyed that a whole lot more. So take that in, folks. Take that in, that you have an undefeated, ranked number 1 Georgia football team going to Jacksonville in 2 weeks, baby. Don't get better than that.
Adam, that's important. We don't need to be overlooking.
No, we don't.
Florida.
No, it's all about Florida. It is all about Florida. Let me say it again, folks. Everything is about beating Florida. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from in this state. I know you hate Auburn. I know you hate Tennessee. I know you hate Georgia Tech. I know you hate Clemson. But Florida, folks, getting to the SEC championship, which is the goal, was winning the East, right, Clark? You don't win the East without beating Florida.
That's very true. Hey,
you don't win the East without beating Florida.
Adam, you don't win the East by not beating Vandy, too.
No, you're right. You got to win some football games, baby. But it's all about beating Florida. It's all about winning that game in Jacksonville. That's the first step to get to where you want to be. And people, we need to address this. Let's get to it, because later on in the show, Clark, when we get through our format, kind of, so to speak, and we kind of go off the rails a little bit, I want to address what our mindset should be about Florida. Because I've heard some things, Clark, in the last 24 hours that's got me a little bit concerned.
Yeah.
So we need to address the Bulldog Nation about how our feelings should be heading into these next 2 weeks, Clark.
We'll do that.
All right.
Yes, we'll do that.
Are you good with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Right, good. That's what I love, baby.
All right, weekly concession stands report. All right, Mandy Sutton. Shout out to her.
Shout out to Mandy
Sutton. A good friend of the show.
And, DGD, good friend of the show. Love that.
Yes.
Good part of the community.
Yes, she said that the hot dog, Adam, was soggy.
Yeah,
now, I know you got a hot dog. Was your experience similar?
I tell you what, and I actually told your wife, Caitlin, Clark, because she asked me how it was when we were eating the pregame, and I thought it was a pretty good dog, man. I really did. I thought it was a well-cooked hot dog, and the bread was good. It had just a good bite to it, you know. And I really enjoyed my hot dog eating at pregame. I will say, that maybe Mandy, when she came up and told us about the hot dog, we did not get any clarification on what part of the game she ate her hot dog.
Ooh,
okay. So that plays a vital part in it. Okay. So I think the hot dog that I ate, of course, was pregame.
You're right.
So I got it right out of the oven, baby. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if she ate it after halftime, I think, honestly, you're testing the limits a little bit. If I'd say about 11 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the second quarter. If you're getting a hot dog after the 11:45 mark in the second quarter,
that's when you know it's not going to be good.
It could. You're tempting it a little bit. Ooh, you're tempting it that it could have some sogginess to it, and the appeal of it might not be as it is before the 11:45 mark in the second quarter.
Okay, so get your hot dogs, people, before 11:45 in the second quarter.
That's true. That's true. I mean, it is. It's a proven fact.
Oh, really?
Research has been done on this. Around America. Okay. Around America. It doesn't matter the stadium. Around America.
Wow. All right. Man.
Because, they're gonna put them things out, in bulk, right?
Right.
So if people don't get them all, and, before, I think that's kind of the time you're pushing from when they get them pregame and get the concession stand going and ramped up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So just everybody keep that in mind.
Tip,
I've meant to really bring that up, but thank you for Mandy for giving us a review on that.
Yeah.
And bringing to light what we need to.
Yes.
And I don't know. She might have got it pregame, and hey, there's bad apples in everything in life, Clark.
That's true.
There's bad apples in everything in life that you get, and she might have got a bad apple Saturday. But hey, we enjoyed her honest opinion, and thank you for sharing it. And we want everybody to send their concession stand reports, reviews, and critiques to @Row60.
Please. That would be amazing.
Yep.
Let us know how your experience at any concession stands is. Hey, Adam, which food, if you could add a certain food in the stadium, if there's something that you could add to Sanford Stadium concession stands, what would it be?
What would I add to
be anything?
I would think I would add some nacho cheese bacon fries.
All right.
Yeah.
So some like Longhorns,
Right. Bacon cheese. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Absolutely. I think that would be a good addition. I'm not going to go with like a full course meal type deal. Right. But I think that would be good. Or heck, you could do some chicken nachos, man.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Something along the lines of you get a firm base of a chip or a fry, and then some good toppings like bacon, cheese, a meat or something like that. I think that's where that would be a good addition that people would like.
I like it. I'd go with a fried Oreo.
Oh, man, that is a good call. That is a good call.
Very unhealthy, very cholesterol.
Who cares?
A lot of cholesterol is in. I don't even know what cholesterol is, but I know it's in fried Oreos.
Just live. I love it.
Oh, man. Okay, moving on. So let's talk some ball here. Fun facts. Okay. Georgia, listen to this, Adam, has outscored Vandy 117-0. 117 in the past two meetings.
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
Yes.
God bless Vandy.
Hey, man,
it's sad.
It is. It's a program, Clark. But they're eventually going to be, as we all know, the most dominant program in college football. Yeah. Clark Lee told us that in the SEC media days, but right now they've just kind of hit a roadblock.
Okay.
Just got a wheel that's a little bit loose, just a little bit loose. Lug nuts need to just be tightened down a little bit, and then I guess they'll get back on course.
Last year we beat them 62-0. This year we only beat them 55-0.
I'm telling you, there's improvement. That's a 7-point improvement.
Yes. That is a good point.
So, man. Maybe they'll only lose like 49-0 next year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hey, man, if they
by
just
2030, it might be 7-0.
Just keep chipping away at it, and they'll get there. But I love the attitude that the Nashville people have, the Vanderbilt people have about the direction of their football program. Patience is a virtue, Clark. I've heard that and been taught that for my entire life, and I think that definitely has to be a character staple in a Vanderbilt football fan.
Yeah. There are not many of them. God bless
patience. God bless.
If you are a Vanderbilt football fan,
let us know. At row 6.
Yes, let us know. Okay, Vanderbilt. Listen to this too. This is crazy.
Okay,
had nearly 3 times more yards punting the football than they did in total offense.
Dang it, boy!
And that is a stat that I proudly researched.
Good, man. I love that, Clark. That's a good one, man. You dig up some great facts, and the show appreciates that.
Well, thank you. Yes, Vanderbilt punted the football for 347 yards, and they only had 150 total yards offensively.
Let's tip our hat to the punter. That's good, man. I know he gets in a lot of hang time with his punts because he's doing it a lot.
Yes,
doing it a lot.
Got a lot of practice, man.
That's awesome.
Oh, goodness. So I got to be honest. Before we break down this game, Adam, I was a bad dog.
Okay.
And what I mean by this is I was watching another game. Yeah. A game that we will get to later in the show that we need to discuss. Yeah. I was watching that on my cellular device. Right. And let's just say I wasn't very focused on what was happening on the field between the hedges.
I don't think you were the only one, Clark. Okay. I don't think you were the only one. I think a lot of people even didn't go to the game, but where they could do the split TV action, have the Dawgs on one side and that other game you mentioned on the other. So, no. I mean, obviously, with Vanderbilt and from Georgia did what they were supposed to do yesterday, Clark, or last Saturday. So, I think a lot of people kind of tuned out a little bit after it got to a certain point, too focused on what was happening in Knoxville, Tennessee. But that's why we love college football, man, because it has major implications on what road Georgia's going down that we'll be talking about. But yeah, it was a great day. It was a great day, Clark. I really think our guys played solid. So, man, let's get into offense. Let's talk some ball, baby. Okay. Let's talk about that Georgia offense. Yeah. All right.
It's looking good, Adam. We got 30 first downs.
Okay.
That's good. I mean, you're moving the football when you have
that's 300 yards right there, baby. You do quick math in your head. You get 10 yards, you get a first down, baby. You get 30 of them. That's 300. You carry that zero out. You carry that zero out, and you get 300. So that's 3 football fields length.
Good math.
First downs right there, baby.
Is that arithmetic?
Right there, right.
I think that's arithmetic, right? Arithmetic's multiple. Yep. It's adding, subtracting, multiplication, division. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes, that's good arithmetic, Adam.
Exactly. So, great job, man. Racked up the yards. How many total yards, Clark?
579.
579. Shoot, man. So, I'm telling you, the offense been under a lot of criticism, what'd you say, the past month?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and say the past month, Clark. From the slow start at Auburn, Missouri, Kent State, Stetson Bennett hadn't thrown a touchdown pass in those 3 games, right? Everybody's talking, everybody's chirping, everybody knows what's wrong. Everybody's starting to get concerned. Everybody's hitting the panic alarm, Clark. Everybody's saying Georgia sucks.
Overrated.
Saying it.
Yeah.
Overrated. I mean, ridiculous nonsense. They came out to play, man. The first, we talked about it last week. The second half of Auburn, they looked in sync. They got it rolling, and they looked good Saturday, Clark. I really thought everybody did their job. Quarterback play was phenomenal.
It was.
From Stetson Bennett to Carson Beck, they looked good. I think the offensive line. I mean, Clark. Let's not sugarcoat it. I think they did their job. I think they did good, but. To play at the level that we wanted to play at and to move the ball against some teams, there's going to have to be better play there. That is the one negative I think I would take away is especially in some spots, maybe at a tackle position there needs to be some better play. I think a guy like Amarius Mims is coming on though, Clark. I think that's a guy who is the most improved player, and I love his attitude change from what kind of the rumblings that we heard in the offseason and where he could be at. I think he has made a complete 180, man. And I think that he is a guy who is going to be a huge factor on that offensive line in the back half of the season. But still, they did what they needed to do Saturday, Clark. So, ran the football good, man. Some receivers, some guys got to play. Dylan Bell really stepped in. He's a guy who's coming into his own, Clark. A young guy, Clark, who what we talk about every week. What do we say every week on this podcast, Clark?
We say a lot of things every week.
Well, we say, Clark, that we get, that guys, the more reps they get, the more plays they get, they're going to get better and better each week. As a young team, Clark, we're going to get better and better each week. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Hey, so they got 2 weeks to get better before Jacksonville,
That's very true.
More reps in practice, more everything. So I'm excited about these guys like Jackson Meeks, receiver. I mean, these guys are getting more reps. That's what's exciting. You're seeing these young guys grow up before our eyes, Clark.
Yeah.
Before our eyes, they're growing up.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I do too. I love
it's a good spot.
I love seeing Dominic Blaylock get a reception or two. I love seeing Arik Gilbert get him one. Both got touchdowns, I believe.
Yes, they did. That was, of course, Eric's first one. That's a Georgia Bulldog. A lot of people thought they'd never see the day, but hey, there he is. He got it. That's awesome. Good on him, man. Dominic Blaylock, like you said, Clark, adversity is the definition of what he has had to go through the past few years, and a couple of ACL tears. First touchdown since 2019.
Good on him.
I love it for Dominic, man. That is he has showed what patience and just hard work, and I think he's going to reap the rewards of that, Clark. And I hope it's a guy that you're going to see more and more this year get the ball more and more, man. And I don't know. I'm very excited to where the offense is. I feel good about the defenses that it's going to play against, and just stay healthy. Get healthier. That's the thing. There are a lot of banged up guys that needed this break, Clark, to get some rest and heal up a little bit and be ready to go.
Another guy that's been getting the ball a lot is Darnell. He had 4 receptions for 78 yards, a lot of yards after the catch, Adam, and that's big. He turns those 10-yard gains into 20, 30-yard gains sometimes.
Just a weapon, man.
Can really, it's just hard to bring down a guy who's 6'8" and nearly 300 pounds and can run as fast and as quick as he can. And what about the one-handed catch?
Oh, that was beautiful. I mean, that's a massive paw that man has to be able to get a football like that and bring it. I couldn't comprehend. I really had to kind of just sit there and process how he did that, And it's crazy, when you got baby hands like me. I mean, I can't even imagine doing that. Yeah. But hey, he did it, made it look easy. And a guy who, Clark, is getting really comfortable being targeted. A guy who didn't get many targets last year, but a guy who has been worked in the offense more, getting some touches. When you have him and Brock Bowers, man, it's a embarrassment of riches. And just exciting to see how he's played, where his attitude is. When I saw Eric Gilbert, Clark, when he got his touchdown late in the game, the first guy there was Darnell Washington, took off on a dead sprint. You could go congratulate his teammate, man, and the guy who's in the position room with him. You could tell, Clark, that this group is close. Yeah. This group is close, and I think this is a mature football team in the sense of where we're going to, man. It looks like it's getting that way more and more every week.
Yeah.
They're resilient, and they're tough, baby.
Right. Yeah, I think one thing we're about to see too, Adam, is the emergence of some leaders. I don't know who they're going to be. I mean, I have some ideas, but within the next few weeks, especially in the Florida game, we're going to start to see who really wants to be the leader of this football team.
Who's going to reach down deep, Cole? Who's going to reach down deep and take this football team over and say, hey, look, everything's right in front of us. We just got to go get it, baby.
Yeah.
We just got to go get it, baby. It's going to be a tough slate, Clark. When you talk about going to Jacksonville, which is always highly emotional, intense football game, I don't care what the records are. You throw them away when you get down to Jacksonville, Florida, man. And I tell you feel that wind coming off that St. John's River, and you walk off, you come across that bridge as a Georgia football player, and you see that St. John's River and that stadium in the background, it's time. It's one of the unique environments of college football. And then you got to come home with a potential, top 5 matchup against Tennessee. And then you got to go on the road to Mississippi State and Kentucky. There's some good ball teams there. It's going to take some guys really finding who they are, how bad do they want it, and getting better each week, and taking each game one step by step, and not focusing on the opponent, Clark, but focusing on themselves, keeping themselves and their brothers accountable, getting better every day. How good can Georgia be, Clark? Right. It's not going to be, how do we stack up against Florida? How do we stack up against Tennessee? It's going to be, how good can Georgia be, Clark?
Yes, that's a good point.
And if that focus is there and that mindset is there each and every day, going to practice and getting those reps in the weight room and everything, the sky's the limit for this football team, Clark, when you're looking at here at week 7 in the season.
Yeah. Kirby said something interesting. He said he was going to essentially scrap and claw over the next week or so and figure out who wants it and to really improve these guys. And you said it best. I mean, we need to just focus on ourselves. Don't be looking ahead beyond Florida. We all know what we're thinking and talking about here. Don't be looking beyond Florida. Let's focus on this bye week to improve our situation, especially offensively. Better, come up with some very creative plays. Scheme guys open. Yeah. Brock Bowers, get him open. If he's double teamed, find ways to get him open. I mean, those are the kinds of things that we're going to have to work on this off week and focus on before we enter this slate of games. And it's going to get tough from here, Adam.
Yeah.
Our offense, once again, I think that line needs to step up. We're going to have to start running the football. That's right. There's ever a point where we had to do it, now is the time.
Going to have to control the pace and the tempos in football games, right. Clark. Now, there's no doubt I think we can get in some shootouts if necessary, but I don't think our defense is going to allow us to get in many, what I would say, pure shootouts. They're going to get some stops, but guys are going to get theirs. There's going to be some teams that might get theirs coming up against us, and we're going to have to put some points on the board, and these boys can do it, man. Yeah. I love where Georgia's offense is after the few weeks of getting questioned and everything, to finish up last week's game in the second half against Auburn, and then what they did Saturday against Vanderbilt was just icing on the cake. You feel good about it. There's not those question marks there. I feel like there shouldn't be. People shouldn't be questioning this offense right now, Clark.
Let's be honest, though. This Vanderbilt and Auburn team, not the greatest.
But you did what you had to do.
Right. And that's the thing. It would be one thing had we gone out there and struggled, but, I mean, we truly dominated in every facet of the game. So there's nothing to worry about on offense as right now.
Whose defense are we playing that just scares the mess out of you?
I can't think of one.
I
really can't think of one.
Or move the football against. Rather.
Maybe Clemson's a defensive front.
I don't know. I think Kentucky's very physical. I think Kentucky's going to be the most physical team we play the rest of the way. Florida's got some physicality, I think. They maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just a little bit, but not really. Maybe not. I think Kentucky's the most physical team when you talk about defensive play. Mississippi State's kind of bowed up a little bit a couple times this year. I don't know, but anyway, all I know is I feel good about the offense. I feel good about guys who are stepping in there making plays, and I feel good about being able to go into the bye week where we're at injury-wise. That's been the big thing. Get some guys healthy. I don't have any information, but I think Larry McConkey's going to be okay, Clark. He went down with a leg injury. I think he's going to be all right. I mean, that's just me assuming. Who knows? We don't know. But still feel good about it. 2 weeks.
I'll call that after the show.
A.D. Mitchell be back in this offense. Really, we haven't seen A.D. Mitchell as a pivotal part of this offense since the first play of the Sanford game in week 2.
Yeah.
So only full game was against Oregon. And it's going to be exciting to see. Get some guys back. Stetson, as we've seen, I think he's got his shoulder banged up. Never, we can't confirm it. We don't know, but I feel like he's had some of that going on, and get that rested up even more. And let's go.
Yep. All right, other side of the football, defense. Hey, we did our thing. There's not much to talk about here. Chris Smith did have a big game, I thought. I think he could have arguably been the player of the game defensively. He helped a lot in run support and made some big hits.
Good open field tackle.
I love to see the young guys, Adam, on the defense line stepping up in place of Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
And hopefully, Adam, we can get Jalen Carter back, because we're like I said, we need everybody for the next for the next 5 games for sure.
Yeah, Clark, defensive line guys, young guys growing up every week that we talked about. Warren Brinson. Yeah. Warren Brinson's a guy I want to point out. Playing good ball.
He is.
Playing good ball. Might see him and with Jalen on the field at the same time. I really feel good. Talent's there. We just had to get these guys some reps, some experience, find out who wants to go be a dog on that defensive line, man. And some guys are stepping up there, looking good. I'm kind of think Smile Mondon, getting him back will be big, a big playmaker there. Jamin Dumas-Johnson, I love that guy. Might be my favorite player on the defense side of the football. Clark, love some Jamin Dumas-Walker-Johnson.
Yes.
And a guy I think who stepped up, and a guy who's going to be a leader on that defensive front. The only negative, I think, and it's going to happen, so I'm not concerned about it whatsoever, because this week is the perfect time to clean some of that up when you get in a bye week. Just get some techniques, some fundamental stuff down. Right. It's some tackling, Clark.
Yeah.
I think there's some tackling that could be not terrible, I think, but could be better. And we get that. But I love how this defense is progressing, Clark. How these guys are really getting better every single week. And I would take Georgia's defense against anybody's in the SEC right now, obviously.
I'd take Georgia's defense.
Anybody in the nation, really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly.
I mean, we're not as flashy as we were last year. I don't think defensively. We're not shutting out. Well, we did just have a shutout. What am I talking about? When we shut out Sanford. But you get what I'm saying. We're not just shutting down Arkansas, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But when these guys have to step up and make a play, Clark, they make a play, man. They make a play. And it's, again, people are going to get tired of me saying this, Clark, but they're just going to get better every week.
Yes.
That's what you have to understand, folks, is this whole football team every single week is going to get better in every single area. That's where we're set up at. That's where we're at. And that's why we've talked about how the schedule just sets up beautifully, is I think it's going to be a whole different football team, a refreshed, rejuvenated, with a lot of pieces back coming into Jacksonville, Florida in a couple of weeks. Love that, baby.
A lot of young guys will be starting their first game in Jacksonville, coming up. Yeah. If you think about it, on the defense side of the ball, we got a few freshmen, a few sophomores who've never started in this football game. So it's going to be some good experience.
I mean, guys like Kamari Laster, getting by, I had a good teaching moment Saturday, Clark. I missed a big tackle there right before the half that could have got the ball back with some time. And then had a play after that didn't turn out good for him. And Kirby got on to him, got him out of the game a little bit, talked to him. Then he came back in, played some ball. Just a guy that's the kind of thing what I'm talking about, that the guys that are going to learn each and every week and get more and more comfortable and be caught up with the speed of the game in the Southeastern Conference, Clark.
Yeah. Special teams. Jack Todd was 2 for 2. Got 2 field goals and a bunch of extra points. We only punted one time. And, hey, Ladd and Kieris, they both had some good returns. They averaged 11.8 yards per punt return. And, Adam, a lot of people just, whatever. No, that's big.
Nah, that's good, man.
When you can get 10-plus yards on a punt return, I mean, that's one less first down you gotta make.
Hey, every yard you can advance that football north, Clark, when you get the ball on a punt return, is big. Anytime you can get your offense closer to that goal line, baby, it's good. I love it. So,
and it's going to happen this year, people. Kieris, I told you in the game. 2
years,
for 2 years, I've wanted this to happen.
You say it'll happen eventually.
Kieris or Ladd, one of them's going to get one this year. They're going to take it to the crib all the way, and I can't wait. I might tackle somebody after that.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe he'll come. Hopefully he'll come against Florida or something.
Dang right.
We'll see. Okay, what's next for Georgia?
This is going to be a good segment.
Yes. What's next for us? We're here 7-0, a little over halfway of the season. A lot of football still left to be played. A lot of football has been played. We have had a roller coaster of a season so far, but in a way we haven't. We're 7-0. We've done what we've had to do up to this point. But now, Adam, we've said this time and time again, this is when it really begins. All right? It's a new season. It's 0-0. Brand new season. We're at halftime, essentially.
That's
right now. Sitting at bye week, it's halftime. And it's time to make adjustments. It's time to regroup. It's time to find some leaders and go out there and perform in the second half.
So, let them know, baby. Clark, like you said, wipe the slate clean. It's 0-0, baby. It's 0-0. New season right here. Big-time rivals ahead of you. Huge football games. Huge football games where people can put themselves into Georgia lore by going out there and making a freaking football play, Clark.
Yes.
Going out there, making a play, and put your name in the history books, baby.
I love it.
Be proud. Get out there, wear that G on your helmet, and define yourself. Like we talked about, Clark, be the 2022 Georgia Bulldogs.
Yes.
Not the 2021 Georgia Bulldogs. Be the 2022 Georgia Bulldogs. And how you get to that step to put the 2022 Georgia Bulldogs in the history books is going out there and making big-time plays in the next 4 games we got coming up, Clark. The next 4 games we got coming up is going to define this football team, baby. Everything that they've done from now has been great and set them up into the position of where they need to be at to get through this slate. But it's a tough slate, Clark. It's a tough slate like we talked about, man. And I'm excited about it. As you can tell, I'm juiced. This is where I've thought we get to this part of the season, man, and we stay fairly healthy, and we slid by, hadn't had any slip-ups or anything. This is where it's going to get interesting, baby. This is where the title defense is going to get really interesting. And, Clark, let's go ahead and address it then, man. Let's go ahead and address what the big thing is now, that what happened over the weekend.
What?
And then I want to tell.
Adam, what is the big thing?
Nothing good for America, for Tennessee to be relevant in football again, Clark. It was watching that game, you had mixed emotions. You love seeing Alabama squirm, but then you hate for Tennessee to be relevant again. And for Tennessee to get that win, and their fan base, Clark, majority of them up there, you and I were children in the 90s, so we don't remember it, but you talk to any Georgia fan, said, oh, you're going to find out what the 90s was like if they get relevant again. And here they are. They're believing, man. They got a good win against Alabama. They're excited. They're feeling it. I think they're going to come to Athens to take care of business. And then they'll cakewalk to probably a 12-0 record and the SEC championship, man, and automatic playoff berth. I think if they go 12-0, no matter what happens in Atlanta, they'll get in the playoffs. So they're feeling it all of a sudden. Ahead of schedule with Josh Heupel. I think Josh Heupel's the next Steve Spurrier, Clark. So you got another team in the East who's threatening you. But hey, what I like about that, Clark, is bring it on, baby. Yeah. Give them that rat poison. Let them eat that rat poison, and we'll deal with them later. But Clark, this is something that we got to focus on as a fan base right now, Clark. This is where I want our focus and attention to be. It's Florida, baby. Yeah. We'll get to Tennessee. I just want people to stop talking about freaking Tennessee. I know we had to address it right there.
Well, let other people talk. Let other people talk about it.
Let them chat. Look, still, Tennessee, they beat a team that was the runner-up last year. Oh, for the first time in 15 years, man. Whoop-de-freaking-do, baby. Whoop-de-freaking-do, man.
Look, man, I tell you, one thing, while we're on Tennessee right now. Exactly. The most in the Nick Saban era. I mean, look, should we just go ahead and talk about this game, Adam?
Yeah, go ahead.
We might as well just talk about this game. All right, for those who are been living under a rock, Alabama got upset by Tennessee 52-49 in Neyland. Yeah, I mean, golly, you're already hearing Tennessee fans, well, we should be number one. You know, who is Georgia and Ohio State played? Blah, 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 blah. And they're saying, well, we've played 3 ranked teams. And yes, while I do agree that Tennessee actually does have the most impressive win of the season thus far, I don't think they're good enough to be at that number 1 spot. They haven't proven themselves yet.
Did you notice who the number 10 team is in the AP poll this week? There's a team that Georgia boat raced 49-3.
Yeah. People tend to forget about that.
Number 10 team. Hey, look, I don't care. Let them have the polls. We're to the point, Clark, as Georgia fans, we don't have to rely on rankings and like hoping people slip up and us climbing up. Because Georgia can handle their business on the field, baby.
Right.
Georgia's to the point now that we don't have to have breaks. We don't have to look at somebody's schedule and say, hey, I hope they slip up there. That way we could get in and make something. Like, Georgia just makes something happen when they go on the field each and every week and just went out and take care of their business, man. And Georgia's the standard in college football right now, folks. Believe it. Live it, breathe it. Georgia is the standard. Alabama is on a decline. I think that started last year. You see it, Clark, the past couple of years, they've struggled to win on the road. And I think it could be an argument, hey, call me a Georgia homer, call me whatever. I don't care. It could be argued, Clark, that in 2015, when Kirby Smart left that football program, there's been a decline in talent and in coaching and discipline on that team, especially on the defensive side of the football every year after that. And I'm not saying that they weren't good football teams after that. Obviously, they were. Won a couple championships after that. One against Georgia. But you could see it is not the same Alabama that was there before. And there's not even the same Alabama from 2011, 2020. But hey, I don't know. We'll see. Never count them out. But it just doesn't look that way. Not a very good disciplined football team. Tennessee should. I mean, Alabama had what? The most penalty yardage in history? Most penalties in history? And it still took a last
Alabama second. History or for just college football history? No, I don't know if it was college football. I know it was Alabama. History,
but I'm saying gave up the most points they've ever gave up since 1907 to Sewanee. So you factor all that into it, and then it still took Tennessee to beat them on the last second field goal. But hey, on the flip side, Clark, I got to be fair. Man, Tennessee only they were missing 4 DBs and Cedric Tillman, a stud receiver. So they're no doubt the real deal. But Clark, here, last thing I want to say about them, and then I'll let you say whatever you need to say about it, because I'm sick of them already. Sick of them already chirping, man. Sick of them already chirping. They'll be in Athens when the time's right to get theirs. Look, Georgia's Georgia. Georgia's not scared of anybody. If you're scared by a freaking dog, Clark.
Yeah.
If you're scared by a dog.
Like that, Adam.
If you're scared of Tennessee, buy a freaking dog. We're the defending national champions. I have talent galore stacked up. I'm not scared of Tennessee. No. You're not scared of Tennessee. Nobody's scared of Tennessee if you have on that red and black and you bleed red and black, baby. Forget that, man. This is a different area of Georgia football. Not scared of Florida. I'm not scared of nobody. We're freaking Georgia, Clark. And we're rolling. We're at the pinnacle of college football right now. People need to believe that, man. Get out of this old mindset, this old mentality that, we're Georgia. Georgia is the pinnacle of college football right now. We are the standard, baby. And it gets me fired up to think about. I don't care. That's where we're at. When it's recorded this episode, everything I'm saying is factual. There's no homerism to it. Georgia's defending national champions. We're 7-0. We're number 1 in the country, and we look like the most complete team from offense to defense. Clark.
Yeah.
Period. Say it. So hey, don't be scared, Tennessee. I'm tired of hearing people being scared about freaking Tennessee. Freaking Tennessee, Clark.
Come at us. Let's go.
Two, forget Tennessee. It's Florida. Everything's about Florida. Everything runs through Jacksonville. Focus on Jacksonville.
Yeah.
God,
that's arguably our biggest rivalry.
Talk about
game.
Tennessee. It's Florida, man. We hadn't even got to Florida yet. We have got to focus on the Florida Gators, baby.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yes.
Because I hate Florida. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm sorry. It's just, I do not want Georgia fans being scared now. Yeah, a few years ago, I understand that. But, God, we ought to be strutting into every stadium now from here on out as a fan base with so much swagger. That's what they call it, right? Swagger.
Yes, that's correct terminology there.
That they know, they're going to know who we are as a fan base, baby.
I can't wait for that game. But I definitely can't wait for this Florida game.
Give it to me. I'm sorry.
No,
say
what
you need to say about that.
We're good. I think we're.
Say what you need to say, man. I just got off on a rant right there, but I mean,
we're good.
Golly, we're the University of Georgia.
Yes. Hey, let's talk about
Kirby Smart, dang right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Amen. Right. Can I get amen right there? Amen right there. Amen right there. Let's go, baby.
All right, last week's pick 'em. Let's talk a little bit more about some last week games.
By a freaking dog. That's all I got. All right. But we're gonna talk. All right, we're gonna talk any more about the play, any other picture. Or everything. Or we're going to say Florida, my Florida rambling.
Let's say Florida for next week.
We're going to say Florida for next week, but everybody needs to get yeah, we're not going to talk about Tennessee until the week of November 5th.
Yeah.
But Florida, I just want people to go ahead and mentally prepare themselves how much we hate the University of Florida. Florida will always be top priority every year is to beat Florida.
Right.
Hey, a lot of fans went through the 90s. A lot of fans went through the early 2000s. It's been tough to get a win down there. We got to enjoy what we can down there. We got to go down there. We got to boat race them. I want to run Sunbelt Billy Napier out of the dang stadium on his first time. He never wants to come back to Jacksonville to play Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs, baby.
Oh,
it's time to get amped up about the end of this season, Clark. It's time.
I think you are ready.
It's time. Something's just hit me like, we're Georgia, man.
We are Georgia. Who
cares what the media is saying that that Tennessee's... Forget it. That's Florida, baby. Let's focus on Florida. I want everybody's hatred to be focused on what's going to happen in Jacksonville, Florida in a couple of weeks, baby. Everybody just get in that mentality. Show your Florida hate each and every day.
How do you
show your Florida hate each and every day?
How do you do that, Adam?
You know what? I hate Mr. Two Bits.
Oh, yeah.
He might not even be alive now, but I don't like the man.
Okay.
I hate Steve Spurrier. I hate Charlie Pale.
Okay.
I hate Shane Matthews.
Who is Shane Matthews?
He was a Florida quarterback in the 90s.
Okay, that's what.
I hate Urban Meyer. I hate Albert Gator. I hate Mrs. Albert. And if they had children, I hate their children, baby Gators. I don't like Tim Tebow. I'm not going to say hate him because I respect him as a man, but when he put on that number 15 on the football field, I hate Tim Tebow.
Okay.
Yeah. You know who else I hate?
Who?
I hate Percy Harvin. I hate anybody who has donned that blue and orange, that gaudy blue and orange, man. I hate him. Danny Werfel. Hate him.
Man.
Hate him.
You got a long list,
I hate Florida, baby. People need to understand how much we hate the Florida Gators.
We don't
hate games with Florida, man. I wish we could just saw off games with Florida and it could just float on out into the Atlantic Ocean over there and just go connect with Europe. Just that corner of Florida. Just get them out of there, man. Get them out of here.
That'd be a long way.
I hate Gainesville.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. All right.
Focus, baby. Focus. Everybody focus. Get your minds right. Get your minds right. It's time. Look, we've been kind of all just going in this podcast, Clark, kind of week by week, taking it, kind of breaking down the game, telling people. But now's the time. Now's the time that everybody's attention needs to be where it needs to be at.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Good?
Continue. I'm good. All right. Said what needs to be said for the time being.
Yes.
I got to stop touching my microphone, but I can't help fidgeting. I'm shaking. I'm just.
We'll keep the rest of.
Just wait till next week.
Yes, we'll keep the rest of it.
Game week. This is a rest week. We're resting this week.
Yeah. All right. Penn State at Michigan. Michigan ended up winning this game big, Adam, 41-17. Big Big Ten matchup, and it's interesting to see what's about to shake up in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of that?
Yeah, I mean, I watched a little bit of it, Clark. Michigan, man, you know what? Penn State, I really don't feel like they were really that good this year. I know they boat raced a terrible Auburn team, but about got beaten Purdue week 1.
Yeah.
Michigan, I don't know. That's interesting. It'll be interesting to see if they go unbeaten until they play Ohio State and Columbus last week of the year for the spot for the Big Ten East.
That will be a heck of a game. I mean, if I weren't going to Georgia Tech,
that'd be a heck of a game.
I'd go up there to see that.
If they're both undefeated 11-0, that's going to be a big one. That's going to be a big one.
Michigan, though, sure enough, I mean, they've got a good shot to run the table. I mean, they do have to get through Ohio State and a few more other Big Ten teams, but got a good shot.
Yeah.
We talked about this one, Alabama at Tennessee. Anything else you want to say? I mean, Tennessee big. Look, Alabama, the reason they lost this game, truly, I think it's a combination of different things, but one of those things was the amount of penalties. I mean, you don't win many football games with 16 penalties, and then the special teams turnover. And you got scorched by the same receiver.
That's right.
5 times.
That's right. That's
five.
Right. That's
5
right.
touchdowns. That doesn't even happen in the NFL.
That's right. But hey, you know, you got to give props to Tennessee. They got a good football team, man. They got them believing up there. Hendon Hooker's good. Josh Heupel's a great coach and good play caller. And we'll see. Like I said, we'll focus on that one coming up, baby. But hey, you got to tip your hat to them. Good win for them. They put themselves in a good position in year 2 ahead of schedule.
Right.
So.
And Alabama, you know, they're still in the driver's seat in the West.
They got some tough obstacles, man.
Yes.
You talk about it, they're going to Oxford, Mississippi against another offense that I tell you what they could do in Oxford. They could run the football, Clark.
Yeah.
Ole Miss can pound the football. They can move the ball, man, and got a little bit more of a respectable defense, I think, this year than they have in the couple years past, the first couple years of the Lane Kiffin era. So that'll be interesting to see. Yeah. That'll be interesting to see in a few weeks when Alabama goes to Oxford, and that will be a game that I think will come down to whoever wins that one's going to be the people in Atlanta. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Ole Miss has ever been to Atlanta for They've never won. No, Mississippi State's been once, but Ole Miss has never won the West. Wow. From my understanding, since it formed in '92. So,
well, hey, and I mean, Ole Miss, a lot of exciting stuff. It could potentially be a 3-way tie in the West too. I mean, you think about it, Alabama could. I don't know. That's a rabbit hole. Man.
I don't know. But it's going to be interesting. A lot of exciting football to be played here in the next
few weeks. Yeah. Yep. Oklahoma State at TCU. TCU ended up winning this, I believe, in overtime.
Big win in overtime.
43-40.
Yeah, big comeback right there. Sonny Dykes, man, great football coach, great X's and O guy.
Yeah,
a Texas guy right there. I don't know if he's a Texas guy.
We're going to assume he is.
Guy, but somebody who take over a Texas Christian team that Gary Patterson had that was kind of slipping a little bit. So for them to come out like they have and big win over Oklahoma State, put themselves in the driver's seat for the Big 12 championship, and man, undefeated. So making a push, they keep running the table for playoff. I don't know, but they're obviously in contention and in good shape right now.
Right
after 7 weeks, so good win for them.
Yeah, Big 12. That's going to be an interesting. That's going to be very interesting how that shapes up as well.
Yeah.
NC State at Syracuse. Syracuse is also undefeated. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What world are we living in where Syracuse is undefeated?
Yeah, I think first 7-0, 7-0, 6-0, 7-0, wherever they're at now, start they've had since the 80s, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
So Dino Baber's a good little football coach. I mean, he's a man that he gets his team fired up. He's got some good pregame speeches.
I saw that.
And he lets them know what it's about, gets his guys juice and gets the most that he can out of them. So they're fired up there in the Cuse. So good for them, man.
Another ACC matchup, Clemson at Florida State. I thought this was going to be close, and it did end up being close. Kind of a garbage time touchdown is what I meant to say. Clemson ended up winning 34-28. DJ and company looking better. I mean, they really are, and the defense pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm a little concerned about Clemson.
Hey, man, they just keep winning, set themselves up. They run the table, win the ACC. Shoot, might get a mulligan if they lose one. I don't know. But yeah, I think they'll definitely be in the playoffs, obviously, if they keep winning, go undefeated, and win the conference. And they're running out of big tests, I think. But, hey, Clark, watch out for Shane Beamer's Gamecocks.
That would be a heck of a game to go to.
Just watch out. I know that sounds crazy, but just watch out, baby.
Adam, are you already calling an upset?
Could be.
Okay.
Could be.
Wow. All right.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
That would be
11-0 Clemson getting beat by Shane Beamer and the South Carolina Gamecocks.
They'd still probably find their way in the playoffs somehow. But
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. That might not happen. I don't know. It's fun to think about.
Yeah. Good SEC matchup. Mississippi State at Kentucky. Adam, we were wrong about this one, man. Kentucky came out firing 27-17. They ran the football. They ran the football. And I'm telling you, Adam, this Kentucky team, who did they play? Huh? Oh, wait a second. Yeah, Kentucky plays Tennessee in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they do. The same day we play.
I'm telling you. Well, look, I know it's in Knoxville, but after the high of that game, I'm not calling an upset necessarily, but I am saying that game could be pretty close.
Kentucky's going to hit them in the mouth. Kentucky's a physical team. Mark Stoops always had a physical culture up there. Offensive line, not as good this year, not as physical, but hey, you're going to get popped in the mouth when you play Kentucky with Mark Stoops as the head coach. And, I was wrong, Clark. I really thought Mississippi State would put it to them because half of me thought that Kentucky would just lay down after losing a couple, and they didn't. They punched them in the mouth, played good defense, limited Mississippi State to not really much offense, to be honest with you. I think
it was 3-3 in the third quarter.
They had a pick six. One of their touchdowns was a pick six. Man. Mississippi State's was. So good win for Kentucky, man. And of course, that trip, both of those places is looming. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So
this was a great Pac-12 game. Oh my gosh, this was so much fun to watch. USC at Utah. Utah ended up, I guess, with the upset. I mean, I think they were favored maybe at home by 3. But they won by 1 point, 43-42. Cam Rising scored a late touchdown in the game, and Caleb Williams and USC Lincoln Riley. This team has their first loss of the season, and a lot of people were saying that USC could make it, but I tell you, with one loss now, and you still got. Has USC played Oregon, or are they in the same division? I know at some point they will play, right?
They're not in the same division. Well, maybe USC, Oregon's in the Pac-12 North, USC's in the Pac-12 South. So they might run into each other in the championship. Yes, correct.
Yeah. Well, that game could be really, really interesting.
Could be. So we'll see.
A lot of football left. All right, last week's game of the week. We had the Bentley Falcons at Assumption Greyhounds. Adam, I believe you took Assumption and I took Bentley. Bentley did end up beating Assumption.
You got me, Carl.
10-3. 10-3 is close.
Slugfest, baby. Going back to the football that we all love.
Right.
And that is a offensive struggle. Or a defensive struggle. Excuse me. The offense was struggling, but it's a defensive struggle is what it is called by definition. That's right.
There you go.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's good. I'm sure there was some nervous folks in attendance there. It was such a close game.
I know.
And,
just nail biter.
You really hate that Assumption couldn't get a touchdown on the board.
Right.
I mean, that's rough. That's rough for the program.
You got to scrap the whole offense.
That's rough. That's rough to come against the Bentley Falcons. Yeah. If you're not scoring touchdowns against the Bentley Falcons, you need to reevaluate yourself. You really need to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and see, where you're at as a program.
Right. Hey, shout out to Dr. David Phillips. He said, Bentley, you know how last week we were talking about career services, and we didn't know anything about what career services was.
Right.
Well, anyway. He said career services is where young trust fund Marxists go to enter into the State Department. They consider themselves our betters, and they never shop at Walmart. So just doesn't really sound like the common folk, Adam.
Sounds like people that is the demographic of this podcast.
Right.
I don't like anybody thinking that they're better than anybody.
Yes.
We're all God's children.
Unless you're Georgia,
we're talking football.
And we're talking football.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah. That's different. Different. That don't count. I'm just talking about life in general. I don't like people turn their nose up in there at anybody. Yeah. Well, I like the common folk. The people who just
salt of the earth.
Salt of the earth. That's right. That's right. So forget them. That's why I knew I didn't like Bentley.
Oh man. Okay, this week's pick'em. Here we go. Got some good ones, I guess. We can watch all of these because we do have a bye week.
Yeah.
We're not playing this week. So we got number 14, Syracuse at number 5, Clemson, 12 o'clock ABC. Adam, why in the world are
Syracuse
all
and
these?
Clemson this week?
Yes. Why are all these good games at noon?
Yeah, man. I don't
understand.
I don't know. I know they've tried here traditionally now to put good games in every time slot.
Okay.
Saying that could boost up some ratings instead of having them competing against each other. So, but that is crazy. That is a ABC game at noon. Clark, that's an interesting game. I had no clue they were playing this weekend. Who you going with?
Give me Clemson at home.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Syracuse, they do have a good football team. I think Clemson's defense maybe exposes them a little bit.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I think, of course, both of them coming off big games. Syracuse, probably one of their biggest games they've had in years when we went over NC State, both in the top 20. They were very jacked up. I think the students, fans rushed the field after that game.
Did they?
High emotional win and then going to Death Valley. Hey, if this game was in Syracuse, Dabo Swinney is known to struggle. Dabo is known to struggle against Syracuse
in general.
Yeah. Because they about got beat the 18 Trevor Lawrence's true freshman year. They had to put him in the game to relieve Kelly Bryant to come back and beat him after they got beat in the Friday night game at 17 at Syracuse.
Yeah, that's right. And that's when Dabo went into the locker room. Syracuse's locker room.
Tried
to make a peace offering or something.
Trying to make like a big, big spectacle out of it. That's just ridiculous. Yeah. Hey, give me the Syracuse Orange. Going down to Clemson. I wasn't going to pick them, but kind of thinking about the history, man. You got to look at the history and some things. Dino Babers got them boys believing. If it was in Syracuse, New York, I'd definitely be rolling with them. But I'm going to do it anyway. Give me the Syracuse Orange, 24-17.
Hey, Syracuse does have a better color orange for sure. And you got to love their mascot. We talked about him last week. He is literally just a big old blob of
I like that.
Orange.
I like that.
Okay, number 7, Ole Miss at LSU, unranked. 3:30 CBS. Adam, I took this game because I do think it's going to be a good one.
All right.
3:30 CBS in Death Valley. Ole Miss, are they going to be able to go into Baton Rouge and pull off a victory? What do you think?
Clark, that is a good game. It's very interesting, especially when you get in Baton Rouge like that. LSU, good win over their rival Florida. This is a historic rivalry game right here between Ole Miss and LSU. Oh, man, I'm going to go with Ole Miss winning the game, Clark, being close, but I think they get it done on the ground and in the air when they need to. But I think they're going to run the football against this LSU defense and come out on top. But I can see it going either way.
They've run the ball. Ole Miss has run the ball pretty well. And, hey, LSU's quarterback looked really good against Florida. He's coming into his own.
Yes.
May have been the best performance he's had in his career. This is tough, Adam, but you know what? Why not? Give me LSU.
All right, go with them. I love it.
You called an upset. I'm going to call it an upset.
There you go.
So,
nice.
There we go. Number 9, UCLA at number 10, Oregon, 3:30 Fox. Adam, College Game Day is headed out to Eugene to go meet up with Dan Lanning.
I love that, man. That's awesome. So Chip Kelly coming back to Eugene. Dan Lanning, the new guy over there at Oregon. Give me Oregon, baby.
Yes.
Give me Bo Nix stepping up in the big time, baby.
All right.
That's going to be a fun game right there.
Yeah, it will be.
I'm going to watch that.
I'll stick with Oregon too, Adam.
All right.
Just because I like Dan Lanning. I don't like Bo Nix, but I do like Dan Lanning.
Game, man. The winner of that game still, I think, will be in the conversation for the playoff, Clark.
Okay. Yep.
Absolutely.
That's a good point. Number 24, Mississippi State at number 6, Alabama, 7 o'clock ESPN. Does Alabama rebound, Adam? Do they, surely to goodness, they come out and they play a little more ticked off?
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think they come out and boat race them to the tune of like 49-10.
Wow.
I do. Similar to what happened last year after they lost Texas A&M and played Mississippi State. I think that was around the same time frame, and you kind of thought, Alabama, they didn't look good. Well, they lost and, hadn't looked good in some games. But against this particular Mississippi State team, I think they looked pretty good. Put it on them in Starkville, and they play a whole lot better in this area of Alabama now and at home. Obviously, still close games at home the past couple of years. But I like Alabama big in this one, Clark.
I'm going to take Alabama by 10. I don't know what the score is going to be. It's going to be a little bit closer.
Yeah. Which, you look at A&M got boat raced by Mississippi State, and now Bryce Young wasn't playing. Now, if Bryce Young wasn't playing, that'd be a different story. He is that good. He is elite, man. Bryce Young is a stud, but he will be playing against them, so therefore, stick with it.
Number 17, Kansas State at number 8, TCU, 8 o'clock Fox night game. It's going to be fun. Hey, Kansas State doesn't look too bad either now, Adam.
No,
TCU, this is going to be a good one. Who do you like, the Horned Frogs or the Wildcats?
Give me the Frogs, man.
Okay.
Give me the Frogs over there and down there, in Dallas? Is that where they're at?
Somewhere around there.
Dallas, Fort Worth?
I don't think we've ever established this.
I think they're in Fort Worth.
Okay. I'll stick with the Horned Frogs. I just like the colors. I like the purple and black.
Yeah.
So.
That is going to be a good game.
That's the only reason I'll go with TCU. Okay, game of the week. Going to Missouri.
The one that counts right here. Give it to me.
Yes.
So we're going to Missouri.
Big
going to Missouri then.
Yes.
All right.
The home of Ryan Day.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Ryan Day. North Central Cardinals at Washington, Missouri Bears, 2:00 p.m. Adam, let's start with North Central, okay?
All right.
By the way, very generic mascots, the Cardinals and the Bears, all right? But they're not. They've got some really interesting facts. So let's start with North Central. They are a private college in Illinois. They have an absolute dynasty in track and field and cross country. They have won 25 national championships.
Dang.
25. Notable alumni include James Henry Breasted.
Who's that? I've never heard of the guy.
He was an American archaeologist and Egyptologist.
An archaeologist.
So he studied bones in Egypt.
Kind of
maybe mummies.
Indiana Jones?
He could have been.
Kind of like that?
Yeah,
Was
essentially.
Indy not an archaeologist?
Yes, he was an archaeologist.
Okay, I got you. Yeah,
He did run into some mummies. And I think he went to
Snakes
Cairo.
and everything. That's right.
Yeah.
Cairo,
Egypt. Yeah.
Is it Cairo? Or is it Cairo? It is Cairo, isn't it?
I don't know.
Cairo's in South Georgia, baby.
Yes.
That's it. Okay, all right.
The syrup makers down there.
Yes,
yeah.
That's right.
Oh, man.
There we go.
That's one of two notable alumni. And then the other guy would be Wayne. Oh, gosh, I'm going to butcher this. Randazzo? Randazzo. We're going with that. Wayne Randazzo is the New York Mets broadcaster. So I know we got a lot of Braves fans out there. I'm sorry for what happened. I personally do not care a thing in the world about Major League Baseball in fall.
Yeah.
I really don't care about much anymore. Anyway, I mean, I'm like you, Adam. I miss the Barry Bonds.
The steroid era.
Yes,
the steroid era when everybody was juicing up. It was good for the game. Everything was better.
Right.
But we hate the Mets. So but awesome. That's good. Good note there.
Yes.
Good note there.
All right, their mascot is Chippy the Cardinal.
Chippy. Oh,
now Adam, I found a picture of Chippy at a wedding.
So somebody had that. Wow. So that is this picture that you have on here is the father walking the bride down the aisle,
right?
And Chippy is in attendance. So
yes,
these are probably big North Central donors, correct?
Oh, I'm sure.
So Chippy, he's got on the mohawk going on there,
right?
So I like the expression, just wide beak, wide beak. Just looks like he is. He's here for a good time at that wedding. I mean, but I like it. He looks, he's unique. There's a lot of Cardinals in sports and professional level on down.
Yeah.
So I like how they've made this mascot, this Cardinal, unique. A lot of color around the face, the eyes, blue eyes. I like that. Really distinguished eye color. Gave the bird a tongue. I like that right
yes,
there.
They did.
So you add that in with the wide open beak. So, I mean, I think they could do a little bit better. It's a little bit too cheap, Clark. They need to make old Chippy a little bit better standard and better class. You could see right there in this picture that if you listen on YouTube is up that like the sleeve right there. It looks like it's just a black glove or something like Michael Jackson would wear or something when he was on stage, even though his was white, but kind of the same to paint a picture for everybody, kind of the same fabric and material as that. I think they need to put not have a sleeve rolled up like that and make it a full hand or
the wing, honestly, the extension of the wing.
These bird mascots need wings. They go around and flap, not hands.
Right.
People.
That's a good point, Adam.
So anyway,
we're going to write a strongly worded letter.
I'd give it a B minus.
Okay,
B minus.
Not bad.
Decent.
Not bad.
Decent.
It looks like he's got
the headgear. The headgear is the best part.
It looks like he just told a very dirty joke and he's laughing about it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's kind of his demeanor in this
at a
picture.
wedding, though. That's interesting.
Yes,
interesting.
All right, so that is North Central. Chippy the Cardinal.
Chippy
I like the name too.
Yeah, good name. Good name. Throw in some bonus points for the name.
North Central has won the 2019 D3 National Championship, and last year, Adam, they finished runner-up.
Oh, dynasty.
That would be the Alabama of last year.
All right.
6-0 on the season, undefeated. Listen to this. This is wild. 362-45 is what they've outscored their opponents.
That is
362-45.
I don't even have to know who the other team is. I know who I'm picking.
Yeah. Oh, Adam. I don't know now. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know because this other team is really good too.
Really? Oh,
let me hold up.
Matchup right here, baby.
North Central. Hold up, right quick. They've scored 56 points in one game. 59, 76, 33, 73, 65.
Somebody needs to talk to that offense coordinator.
I'm
bump him
telling
up
you.
a level, man.
Yeah. We can hire him on as an analyst.
Yeah, you dang right.
Oh my gosh.
Golly. Okay.
So you're liking the North Central Cardinals so far.
That's pretty stout, man. How can you not be impressed with that resume? So who do we got?
All right, Adam. Now, it's going to be a good matchup right here because we got the Washington University from Missouri. All right. Washington of Missouri.
Interesting. So named after George. College and named after George, probably.
Yes, it would 100% was named after George Washington.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're ranked among the most prestigious universities in the world.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't know that. Private university in Missouri, they have 16,000 students.
Dang.
That's a pretty big school.
That's stout.
Yeah.
That's stout.
Yeah. They have a campus-wide ban, Adam, on the sales of water bottles. So they don't sell water bottles on their campus because they're trying to recycle not recycle, but to reduce their waste.
Are they? Oh, so they're pretty green.
Yes, they're a green campus, I'd imagine.
In St. Louis, correct?
Yes, St. Louis.
All right. I'm painting a picture of this college.
There you go.
I'm painting a picture, but no plastic on there.
No plastic.
All right.
Notable alumni, Phil Radford. He's the founder of Men's Warehouse. I've visited there to get a suit before.
Really a scam.
Oh, really?
Oh, you dang right. Men's Warehouse is a scam.
Okay.
Like rented tux. I mean,
I agree.
Renting suits in this country is absurd, man.
We should start our own suit company.
Yeah. And not just just cheat the hard-working American on suit rental prices, man. You're just trying to support your boy and be in his wedding.
Yeah.
And the Men's Warehouse just jacks it up for one day rental price, man. And it's just ridiculous. And then you got to add some insurance in it in case you pop a button or something. And it's ridiculous.
Have you ever popped a button, Adam?
Yes, of course I popped a button. I've had to get it sewn back on. So, but Phil, I'm not a fan of what Phil and his companies, the values that they instill in Men's Warehouse.
Is this sounding like you don't like this?
Yes. I'm not, I'm not impressed by the facts yet.
Okay.
Personally.
Marilyn Cuse Savant, I think that's a French name. She was listed, Adam. She went to school at Washington, Missouri. She was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records for the highest IQ in the 1980s, like in the world.
In the world, like
highest recorded IQ
she was
in the
smart
world.
What else did she contribute to society, Clark? Did she just have a high IQ? Did she invent anything? Did she come up with a medicine?
I have no idea.
What was her occupation? She was just smart?
I think
We're
so.
just supposed to respect her because she has a high IQ?
I think we should.
Let's talk about some accolades for crying out loud, Clark. I mean, let's not give her due for having a high IQ. If you have a high IQ and you don't do anything to help change society, why does it matter? Why does it matter?
That's an
interesting fact,
Adam. That's a profound point, though. Honestly,
we just said she had a high IQ. Let's talk about what did she do? Did she solve some water crisis in Michigan or in Uganda? Did she help? What did she do? What kind of
philanthropy? Yes.
What work did she do? You get what I'm saying? Did she invent anything?
She probably did. I'm sure.
Let's hear some facts. Give them to us at row 60 of what this woman did.
Yes, please do.
Because I didn't do my research. I'm not impressed by high IQs, man. Ooh. I want common sense.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, okay.
All right.
Fair enough. All right. That's good.
All right. Washington and Missouri, their mascot is Pikers. I don't know where that name came from. Pikers the Battling Bear.
Oh, yes.
Now, that's a good mascot.
Okay. Clark, he looks like a monk. The bear looks like a monk. He's got a shaved head up on the top right there.
Oh,
like
he does. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it reminds me of a monk. You get what I'm saying? There.
I understand.
I don't know if that's just the lighting hitting it or if that's an extra patch of hair, like he's got a mohawk going on there. But I don't. That's interesting. Why? Or maybe he's supposed to have headwear right there, like a ball cap.
Okay.
And the ball cap came off because it was a poorly designed deal, and that's bad. That's bad etiquette on their part. If they have headwear and it came off, and then it's causing this bald spot to be there on their bear, and the children have to see that too.
Oh man!
So I don't like that. I like the clothes. I like the clothing, the detail of the clothing.
Right.
Putting on the bear. I mean, I like the bear. I'll be honest with you. I think he is a more stout mascot than Chippy.
Oh,
I think he is definitely. They put more into the design and the money. financial part of getting him
right.
There's more as a mascot.
There's more money in the budget.
Yes, I agree. So yeah.
But they do need to fix the head. Something needs to be done about that.
Yeah. That's what my thoughts are.
And this girl, she looks just enthralled.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm all for entertainment of the children and for them having a good time, man. Just good, clean family fun. I'm all for that. That's what we're about here at Row 6, and that looks like what that Bear's providing for them. So good on that.
Speaking of good family fun, there's going to be a lot of good family fun in St. Louis at this football game between North Central and Washington, Missouri. Because, Adam, this is parent and family weekend. Now, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. On Friday, the Bears are hosting a St. Louis City bus tour from noon to 2 p.m. And everyone is encouraged to meet at the Alumni House parking lot.
I like good coordinated events like that, man.
You do.
For just good fun. Everybody can bond. Everybody can grow together, and just a good time that's going to be had by all.
Right. Hey, last year it was the pancake breakfast and the 5K. And this year.
Terrible combination. This year it's the St. Louis
bus tour.
Oh, just a great city. St. Louis is just full of just good time. And Arch.
Yeah.
The Budweiser place. You go see the Clydesdales. I mean, that's probably the best thing you do. Go tour Busch Stadium, Cardinals.
What else can you do?
I don't know.
We need to ask Ryan Day.
Eat barbecue.
Ooh, yes.
Eat barbecue up there. I mean, I think they're known for some barbecue up there in St. Louis. So, yeah.
So not only are they having the bus tour, after the game on Saturday, you can go to the Edison Theater to watch the Performing Arts Department's performance of Into the Woods.
That is exactly what I want to do after a high-intense football game. I think we should that would probably be good for us, Clark, after just a high-intense football game where you obviously here, as you can tell, our juices get flowing and we get fired up to calm down and go see a musical.
Yeah. We would have to
go see a musical.
We would literally that would have to calm down.
That would bring us back to earth and put things in perspective and enjoy good talent from the thespian group.
Adam, good word. Thespian, yes.
Thespian group, right. So that's good on them, man. That's exciting and good. I'm sure it will be a good production. I'm sure actors are grade A talent. And if it's the Edison Theater, man, probably named after old Tom Edison himself. So that's good. That's good.
So with all that said, one more fact.
One more. Good.
6-0 on the season, Washington and Missouri. Hey, listen, they are a good football team too. I didn't calculate their score, all their scores throughout the season, but 6-0, a battle of the undefeateds, Adam. Who are you taking?
Give me Chippy the Cardinal and North Central, baby. Boat racing them, baby.
Wow.
Boat racing them 63-17.
Adam, you're saying that's going to happen on parent and family
You
weekend?
dang right.
It's unbelievable.
The children are not going to like what they're going to be seeing there.
Adam,
it's going to be
Adam, this is a family game.
It is not going to be a family game.
No, it is a family game for the Washington of Missouri.
They're going to get
mascot?
boat raced.
Bears.
They're going to get boat raced. I'm not impressed with what they got going on over there. Give me North Central.
I'm taking Washington, Missouri. And it is going to be a family game for them. And it's going to be 63-17. Washington, Missouri on top.
You want to bet a high
burger bet
on that? I mean, we would throw some.
Cash?
$1,000? No. Yeah, burger bet. We'll do a burger bet. We'll do a burger.
All right.
We'll do a burger. Your wife is looking over there.
Oh, boy.
All right, that's good. That's good. That was a good one. Thank you for digging that up for us, Clark, man. I always enjoy it. You put in a lot of hard work to really find the finer details of these games.
Tough.
Hope people enjoy these segments, man, because we enjoyed bringing them to you.
If you don't, at least we enjoy.
That's right.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, bye week coming up, folks.
Yeah, man.
It's time to relax, Adam. What are a couple of fun activities the Row 60 family, the people, the listeners can go do with their family?
Well, first off, let me say, go to Peach State Pride, get geared up, get ready for Jacksonville, man. Of course, we got some friends over there. We want to give them a shout out, get you a hat, get some paraphernalia going to go to Jacksonville. What we can do during the bye week, Clark, man, is spend time with family. Go to the pumpkin patch, pick a pumpkin. Carve some pumpkins, man. All really enjoy just finer details in life, man. Yes. Get the seeds out of them, put them in the oven, and bake them and eat them. Go to a corn maze.
That's a good one.
Go. I don't know. Go.
Hey, fair.
Yeah, fair. Go run a 5K.
Oh.
I'm sure there's a 5K somewhere. Go out, man, and just enjoy life.
Right.
Just enjoy life on a football-free Saturday and really go out there and just make a difference in your community.
Okay. Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah,
I mean, go to a fall festival, man. Just go be an impact for somebody.
I love it.
That's all I got.
Okay.
I'm going to be watching football, baby. I got some work I got to do.
So you're going to.
I'm building a new catch pen for my cows. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Right quick. Explain to the people what a catch pen is. I think I know what it is, but just clarify here.
Is when you get some cows up to either work, sell, move to another pasture or something, you got to have a good working facility to catch them, to lure them in with feed or whatever, and you get them coming in, and you have different ways you could do it. You could do a bud box, or you could do a sweep chute, and you have able to get them going down the alley and being able basically to, like in the head gate or squeeze chute, have them stabilized where you can doctor on them if needed, put a ear tag on them, worm them, vaccine, whatever you want to do to them, or if you want to get them and put them in a trailer to sell them, move them to another pasture. So basically, just a facility that you gather them and you can work the cows.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, good deal. Adam, give us a little pep talk to get us through the bye week. This is going to be a long week. It's going to be a long week.
What, man, again, I got ramped up earlier in the episode. I want everybody to get the enthusiasm up. I want everybody to know that Georgia's coming down the tracks. The season starts now. It is 0-0, baby. It is time to rip, baby. Two big rivals coming up, but Florida's number one. Channel your Florida hate, baby. If you see a Florida Gator, you let them know what's coming, baby. Go look at some YouTube highlights and get really jacked up about this football game in Jacksonville. Channel your hate. We hate Spurrier. We hate Tebow. We hate everything that's blue and orange. Hey, know you're number one. Know the Georgia Bulldogs are number one. It's not slowing down anytime soon. And with all this chatter I've been hearing, man, I hate it. If you're scared by a freaking dog, like I said, Clark, it is time to go to Jacksonville, take care of business, enjoy your week off, baby. We'll be back next week. We love you. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.